Hello, I'm Hal Ottaway with the Wichita Postcard Club, and it's time for another Postcard of the Week. And this week I want to show you something from World War II, and it's a advertising postal card from the Ehlers Brothers Plant Farms in Carrizo Springs, Texas. I had to look that one up on the map and find that it's about 120 miles south and west of San Antonio, Texas. So, way down in there, it's rich farmland and it's watered. They get water from artesian wells. And this has turned out to be a marvelous place to grow vegetables, to grow beets, to grow uh, onions, and even strawberries. So, I don't know that they're still doing that, but that was the way it used to be. This is a postal card, and I want to explain what that is. It's not a regular postcard like we mostly collect, but this is something that it's timely, and it's from World War II, and it's on the reverse side of a governmental postal card. And that means that it has a printed stamp on it. It's not a lick-on stamp, it's printed on the paper. They used to talk about penny postcards, and you could buy them at the post office for a penny and write a postal postcard and mail it all for that penny. Well, now I think it's about it's 65 cents. They went up just the other day. Anyway, 65 cents, where back during World War II, it cost a penny. But this is a advertising postal card for encouraging the planting of victory gardens. And we're talking about victory over the Allies during World War II, the 1940s. We were invaded by Japan in December 7th, 1941, uh, declared war against Japan the very next day, and that started our involvement in World War II as far as the Pacific went. There was also a World War on the eastern side of the United States in Europe, but we won't go into that now. This postal card says, "For our defense, freedom, and liberty, America must have food." And they were looking to encourage people to they had a little plot of soil and a garden, or they had flowers there, and they might as well grow a tomato plant or two, or three or four, or, any number of foods that could be consumed by this family. And we found evidence that there were 20 million people, 20 million families who had and took part in this Victory Garden uh, production. It started, they had done this during World War One, but now even during World War II, it grew and it was even more successful. Well, this is a card from this plant farm. You have to have either seeds or a plant that you can transplant and then it grows bigger, but you have to have a source for these things. And so, if you were going to want to grow some onions during the summer, maybe you and your family or the people in your block could all go together and buy a case, say, of this wax onion. And they show a picture of it, a drawing of it here on this card, and you can see that. But this was a way to communicate from the source, the farmer, the farm operation, to individuals, not big places, but individuals who wanted to uh, participate in a Victory Garden program. It's postally used. We know that this was mailed to people in Waverly, Alabama, from Carrizo Springs, Texas, in October 1943. It's a neat card, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. It's just several dollars, and it really captures that feeling for getting out and working. And America must have food, and certainly so. And by the way, you might be noticing on this card that there's a hole in it. And my friend thought it was undoubtedly a bullet hole, that they must have had it in their pocket, and maybe the postal card in their pocket saved their life. I don't think so. I think that was probably from a spindle that was on their desk or something, where you put something on a spindle, it's there, it's not going to float away. And two, when you think about back during the old days, like in World War II, before air conditioning, and in the summertime, and lots of times in the spring and fall too, the windows are going to be up in an office building or at home, and you're going to have air circulation through. And people had to have spindles to put paperwork on to hold them in place, or that was the era of a paperweight. You would have two or three or more on your office desk or home desk too. So all of these things have changed during our lifetime, for sure. And this is just another example. Well, thanks for being here today and discussing and learning a little bit more about Plant Victory Gardens Now. And that's what they were encouraging everyone to do, and many, many did. Thanks for being here, and we'll be here next week for another Postcard of the Week. Thank you.